Hello, Shreyans sir, are you there?
Yes, yes, I am.
Yeah, I'll start with the session.
Sure.
Already 60 people are there and some will be there on the YouTube because we are live streaming this on YouTube also. So if you permit me, I'll start with your formal introduction first and then you can take over, sir.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good morning, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure to have with us Mr. Shreyans Mehta. I have his brief biodata. He is the founder. He is the founder of the Catalyst Shreyans. He is the for governance, alumnus of McKinsey Company IIM Calcutta, visiting faculty at IIM Indore, and state youth coordinator and faculty, the Art of Living Foundation. Now, as far as some of his achievements are concerned, he is a founder of multiple startups, including a startup which trains select MBA aspirants for their entrance exams every year and a venture into chess training of kids. He has enabled hundreds of students to ace their exams and interviews and get admissions in business schools of their choice. Founding member of Citizens of Accountable Governance, Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi's professional campaign vehicle in 2014 elections. Led 60-member Bihar unit of CAG and directly liaisoned with Honorable Mr. Shri Dharmendra Pradhan and state leader Shri Sushil Modi and Shri Mangal Pandey. Conducted over 100 plus 3D rallies, 200 plus Chai Pe Charcha events, and on-ground intelligence in 30 constituencies. Designed and facilitated sessions for top dignitaries of the BJP, including Shri Narendra Modi, Shri Amit Shah ji, Shri Smriti Irani ji, and Shrimati Anandi Patel. He is visiting faculty at IIM Indore for the course management and marketing lessons in political campaigns. Has conducted lectures at IIM Rohtak, SIBM Pune, Goa Institute of Management, NL Dalmia, Indian Institute of Democratic Leadership on various themes linked to management lessons and professionals in politics. He has facilitated life transforming art of living workshops for hundreds of youth and also for minister in the central government. He is alumnus of McKinsey and Company, co-created a white paper on future of retail banking in India, whose results were published in leading dailies. He is IIM Calcutta Institute medalist for most balanced and progressive opinion on management issues in 2009-11 batch. This was a brief introduction of Mr. Shreyans Mehta. I welcome you, sir, and hand over to you to start with your session. It is indeed a privilege.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So overwhelming introduction is what I would say. Yeah. So yeah. So I just want to know. I mean, it's a little difficult to see people on this platform. So if all of you can hear me, if you can just type a yes in the chat box, that will be great.
Yeah, and you are clear and visible and audible, sir.
Perfect. So requesting at least some of you to start off your requesting some of the participants at least to start their videos. So if I can see some people, it always gives a feeling that I'm having an interaction. So requesting all the, I know a lot of people are out here are faculty. I think everybody is a faculty, right? And faculty, nobody other than a faculty can understand the pain of somebody who's delivering a class when everybody's video is switched off. Yeah, so just requesting some of you to keep your video switched on. So at least it feels like a good interaction.
Yeah, request all participants to please switch on the video for some time.
So today's topic is, meanwhile, I'm hoping some of them will switch on their video. So today's topic that we're going to speak about is stress and anxiety management, right? So let me just, I'm not able to see the chat box. Sir. Can you just, is it possible to see the chat box? chat is only available to team members. That's what it says. Because that's my only way of interacting with everybody. It's going to be an interactive class, or at least I hope to make it an interactive session. Right. So
Okay, sir. I'll whatever message comes now, I'll interrupt and let you know whenever you ask me.
okay. So I think before beginning, I just want to know from everybody what exactly do you want from today's session. Okay. So once I know what are your expectations, then I will do my best to deliver it accordingly. Yeah. So that's the first thing I want everybody to just type on the chat box. What do you expect from the session today?
Yeah, we are receiving messages. Great going. Somebody said emotional intelligence.
Okay. What else?
Have peace mind at all situations.
How to have peaceful mind at all situations. Okay.
Still waiting for some messages.
No problem.
Sir, kindly check now. Can you be able to access the chat because now we have enabled you as a team member.
Okay. Have peace of mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Positive attitude. How to be active. Some methods to have the stress. I assume to not have the stress is what what was meant. Stress management. Right. Okay. Fantastic. So I think while the rest of you also think about what you expect, it's always good to come with a thing. This is what I expect out of the session. So then it becomes easy for me also to deliver. Anger management. Okay. Good. So let's first understand what is stress. Okay, it's let's just go into the basics. What is stress? If you look at stress, stress is nothing but, let's say let's say tomorrow is a important day for you. Okay, tomorrow is an interview that you that it's some interview that you have to give, and you have it's the most important thing, or some presentation that you have to make. Okay, and it's very very important for your promotion or whatever you want to do in life. Now you a lot of people have this tendency that we push it to the last day. So you said, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, and then I'll do it tomorrow, and I'll do it tomorrow, and finally you've come to the last day, because if you don't prepare today, then tomorrow there is a problem. So today you have decided, you've kept the whole day free from your schedule and said, okay, no problem, today I have the full day, आज पूरा दिन बैठेंगे तो आराम से हो जाएगा, I will be able to complete my work. Okay, and you are in the middle of work, and suddenly you get some call from college, right? And they say, no, today there is some lecture that you have to take. Somebody else was supposed to take that lecture, but now it's not possible. So that person's schedule goes to, you have to take 4 classes. Okay, now already you are worked up a little. Then let's say you're in the middle of that class, 2 class ho gaya, 3 class ho gaya, and suddenly you there is some emergency at home, and you have to go out and get some things. So basically, when all these things start happening, you wanted the whole day off, and suddenly now 6 7 hours of the day are going to be filled with work, and you are realizing this. Now what will happen in this case? Stress, isn't it? Right? What is stress? Stress is basically simple. Stress means what? It's if let's say I have this bottle of water. Okay, let's say it is a 750 ml bottle. Now if I want to fill 5 liters in this bottle, what's going to happen? It's naturally bound to overflow, right? It's naturally beyond its capacity, it's going to get stressed out. So stress is nothing but the difference between demand and capacity. That's it. The demands are so high, and you don't have the capacity to fulfill them, right? Today you had the capacity to fulfill one demand, which is preparing for your presentation tomorrow, your interview tomorrow. But suddenly now there are 7 8 demands which have come from you. The demands are so much, and our capacity to deliver comparatively is not there. Then that leads to stress, isn't it? And stress happens at different levels. So it could just be physical stress also, right? Or it could be mental stress. So there are different types of stress. We will discuss that. Yeah. But what is stress? Stress is nothing but this. Yeah. The difference between the demands of the world outside and the ability of the world inside to deliver to those demands. That the difference causes stress. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I think we all understand that the demands of the world outside cannot be totally stopped, right? How much ever you want that people should not expect from you, and situations should not be demanding from you, and you should not be expected to do a lot. But the demands of the world, can you change that entirely? If you can change that, put a yes in the chat box. If you cannot change, put a no in the chat box. Come on. This is how we will interact, through the chat box. Do you think you can control the demands of the world? I don't see a yes or a no in the chat box. I'm audible. No? Yeah, I'm now getting no. Okay, I got a couple of no's. So some of us are expecting that okay, others will anyways type. So why should I type? Yeah, and I tell you, everybody's expecting the same thing. That's not a great idea. Okay, so you can just type. So I got 3 no's. What about the others? If you don't type no, then I will assume it's a yes. No, right? It's you cannot change the expectations that people have from you or situations have from you, right? So the expectations, the demands are not going to change. So how do I, when you say stress management or other stress elimination, right? How do I eliminate stress if I cannot change the demand, right? The equation is simple. No, demand minus supply is equal to stress when demand is higher. No? Now demand is something I cannot change. The only way I can reduce my stress is then to increase my supply. That's it. To increase my ability to meet to all these demands. Yeah. Like sir was mentioning, when I was working in the election campaign also, there were so many things, right? You have to manage. So I was a professional. So my input was purely professional, right? But when you're working in a field like politics, right, which is a which doesn't have professionalism, right? So when we were working, abhi to fir bhi hai, tab to kuch bhi nahi tha, zero, right? So it doesn't have professionalism. You have some pull from some leader. Some leader wants this, somebody wants that, right? And then also you have to objectively give them reports. You have to tell them you're losing if you're losing, and they can't take that fact that they're losing, right? So then there are so many different demands from different situations, right? I cannot change those demands. At work, you cannot change the demands you have all the time. And the only way to deal with it is to manage my ability to deal with that stress, right? And to do that, the only way I can increase my supply is by increasing my energy. Yeah. If my energy levels are low, see, let me again ask you this question. Yeah, there have been times in our life, right, when our energy level has been low, where we feel very low and dull. Now at that particular point in time, you tell me, what is the feeling when your energy is low? How do you feel? You can just type on the chat box. What are the emotions that come up when your energy is low? Not interested in doing anything. Very good. Not able to concentrate. Correct. Feeling lethargic. Right. What else? Negative emotions. Very good. Again, I would request everybody to participate. Yeah. Disappointment. Okay. Unhappy. Very good. What else? There are some 88, 89 participants, and I got 6 responses. I don't know if that's feedback for me. Yeah. You feel bored, right? See, when energy is low, all those emotions come up. What else? I'm waiting for some more responses. I will wait. I have lots of patience. Okay, so I will comfortably wait. I want everybody to type. Yeah, I prefer always interactive sessions. Yeah. So unfortunately, with the online medium, this is all you can do. Like type in the chat box. Go ahead, come on. How is the state of mind? How are the emotions when our energy levels are low? Bored, lethargic, negative, unhappy. Okay. So, okay, fine. Sleepy. Okay. Stressed. Correct. And then what happens when you're stressed? Then there is frustration, irritation, all that, right? If you see all these negative emotions that we're talking about, whether it is frustration, irritation, anger, all of these come when you are feeling just low. Yeah, frustration follows, absolutely, right? So, tired, you don't want to do anything, procrastination, lethargy, feeling alone, absolutely, right? All of these things are just caused because of low energy. Yeah, the reason why we are not able to manage our stress is because when our energies are low, the outside demands overpower us, right? So there is a demand from outside, right? And if our energy is low, that demand will overpower us, and then we will feel even more stressed out. But when our energy levels are high, what happens? Let's just see. So let me ask you the second side of the question. When our energy levels are high, yeah, that is at that time, what are the emotions that come up? Quickly type in the chat box. There are 90 participants. I at least expect 45 responses. Come on. Happy, more energetic, feel happy, happy, a lot of happy. Okay, what else? Feeling of happiness. Yes, Aqleem sir. Excitement. Very good. Excited. Fun, isn't it? Cheerful. Feel to take new responsibilities. Absolutely, absolutely bang on, right? Feel everything is easy or looks all easy. Exactly. See, now suddenly there are 10 things on top of you need to do. Lot of demand. But when your energy is high, what do you feel? Come on, let's do it. It's easy. I can do it. Or I want to take up this responsibility. I will be able to do it. Now, what has suddenly happened? Earlier, in when your energy was low, the same situation which would have caused you stress, it would have become a problem in life. But now, when the energy is high, now that same situation is no longer a problem, it's a challenge. Bring it on, come on. It's not that the situation has changed, the situation is still the same. Our ability to respond to that situation changes. You want to do something productive, absolutely, right? So if you really want to manage stress, the only thing you need to manage is your energy levels. That's it, nothing else. Yeah, when your energy is high, you can motivate yourself, absolutely. Yeah, so if you manage your energy levels, you will be able to manage stress. That's it, nothing else. It's as simple as that. Yeah, so when we say I want to manage my stress, I want to manage my negative emotions, I want to manage my anxiety, what we are really talking about is only this. Lift up your energy. Yeah? Otherwise, when your energy is pulled down, then you don't feel like doing anything. Okay? Yeah, you feel confident. Very good. So now, let's understand how can we increase our energy. Yeah. So for that, we need to basically understand where do we derive energy from. That's the scientific approach, right? I want to increase my energy, so next question is where do I get energy from? Once you where do you derive your energy from? Yeah, what are the sources of energy? Come on. We are going to be like this, interactive, so you write. Okay, so please write, where do we derive our energy from? Music, okay. People, okay. What else? Ah, food, absolutely. Yeah. All said and done, you have the greatest music playing around you and the best people around you. But if I don't give you something to eat for 3 days, and then you sit in that crowd and that with that music will also become irritating. Very good. What else? Let me give you a hint. Okay. So if I give you, if I don't give you food for one day, you will still be able to be okay. But this second, there is this one source of energy. If you don't get it for one day, you will be so irritated and annoyed. Tell me, what do you think this is? You can type. Ah, perfect, perfect. Sleep, isn't it? Right? What else? Where do we derive our energy from? For first, I got food. Second, I got sleep. What else? Any other sources of energy? Meditation. Very good. Very nice. What else? So see, there are many sources of energy. Breathing. Wow, fantastic. So there are many sources of energy, of which four are most important. Yeah. The first is food. It's not in order of priority. I'm just saying which are the four. One is food. One is sleep. One, somebody said breathing or proper respiration. And fourth is a calm, meditative mind. A calm, happy, meditative mind. See, music puts you into a happy mind, right? That's why it energizes you. Good people make your mind happy. The energy is not from people, it's from the happiness, that happy state of being. Okay. So a calm, happy, meditative mind. That's the fourth source of energy. So let's look at each of them one by one. Okay. So first is food. Yeah. If I don't give you food for 3 days, what's going to happen? You're only going to get frustrated, isn't it? Yeah. Then some people are not even hungry, they're hangry. Yeah. So food is very important, but again, when do you eat, how much do you eat, these are things that matter. Yeah. So let me give you another example. So let's say you're going, uh, I know you guys are missing weddings and all now in this corona pandemic time, but let's say you're going for a wedding, okay, friend's wedding, and it has all those delicious things that you've been missing for all this while. So you have your pav bhaji and your pizza and your pani puri and your pasta and whatever you love eating, okay, and you eat to the satisfaction of not your stomach but satisfaction of your heart. ओके, ऐसा मन भर के खाया, पेट भर के नहीं खाया, इतना खाया, ठीक है। उसके बाद देन वंस यू कम बैक होम, डू यू फील एनर्जेटिक, यस और नो? कम ऑन, क्विकली टाइप. Will you feel high on energy after eating so much of food? Yes. Okay. I'm surprised. Generally, when I eat so much of food, I feel sleepy. Isn't it? You immediately want to go to the second source of energy, saying first source is not enough now. I want to sleep. Yeah, I just don't want to do anything. Isn't it? We feel lazy and lethargic. Yeah. So eating too much of food doesn't energize us. Eating too little of food also doesn't energize us. Like I said, if I don't give you food for 3 days, that's not going to work. Full lethargic, absolutely, isn't it? Yeah. So eating food in the right quantity is very, very important. Again, let's come back. Why are we discussing food? Stress. If you want to reduce stress, you need to increase energy. If you want to increase energy, first source is food. Okay. So food कितना खाना चाहिए? जितना पेट का size है उतना food होना चाहिए. The size of your stomach and the size of the plate, it should be equal. So what is the size of our stomach? So I'll just demonstrate to you. Okay. So if you keep both your palms like this open, this is the size of our stomach. Whatever comes inside this. So one time meal should be this much. Okay. Interestingly, I've spoken about this topic to many students also, and I was doing once. I was telling about this in an engineering class, right? And you all know how engineering students are, right? So when I said इतना खाना चाहिए, so they said ऊपर तक का क्या limit है भाई वो बता, right? So basically from then onward I said this. Okay, so this is the size of our stomach, and that is उसमें जितना आता है उतना खाना चाहिए, ठीक है? So now every time I'm sure you're not going to measure this, yeah? But having that thing that when you have that thing, let me eat one more. That one more you don't eat. That's it. Right. So that is the right quantity of food. You realize, right? कि हाँ पेट भर गया है. Now I am not eating for my stomach. Now I am just eating for my taste buds. Right. That's when you stop. Okay. So eating food in the right quantity and at the right time. If you eat very, very late in the night, it is very bad for the digestion generally of the system. Okay, so after 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, if you start eating, that is the time when all the organs start shutting down. So there are two times when acid is produced in the body. One is to digest food, and one is to cleanse the system. So in the night, the acid is used for cleaning the system. That time, if you stuff yourself with food, the metabolism goes for a toss. Okay, so food in the right quantity at the right time. That is very, very important. And eat fresh fruits, vegetables. Yeah. So that kind of food gives you energy. Eating stale food, ek din purana khana, that kind of food will make you feel more dull and more lethargic. Okay. So that is food. Second source of energy is sleep. Yeah. So somebody mentioned sleep, but sleep also works the same way. Yeah. Imagine, no, it's you were going to make a presentation tomorrow. I told you that presentation is over, and you did really, really well, and now you're happy, and you've come back home, and you decide, okay, now I have nothing to do. Next day is a holiday, and you say, I am going to sleep. Okay, and then you go off to sleep at 12 in the night, and then then you get up at 12 o'clock in the day, and then you say, let me sleep for 2 more hours, and you get up by 2 o'clock. So you've slept 14 hours. Now you tell me, after you get up, do you feel energetic after 14 hours of sleep? Saying, yes, I feel very energetic. Does it happen? Yeah. Yes, no. No, I know the answer is no. You can type it on the chat box. Yeah. No, we feel, I, why? Like you feel so dull. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to get out of bed. Isn't it? That's the story with everybody. Right? So if you oversleep, it's a problem. If you undersleep, I don't let you sleep for the whole day. What will happen next day? You're going to get frustrated, irritated, same, no? Yeah. So oversleeping, undersleeping, both are unhealthy. So what's the right quantity of sleep? 6 to 8 hours. Yeah. So 6 to 8 hours of sleep is good. Again, in the night time. Okay. So uh, too many late nights and all eventually affects our system. So sleeping for 6 to 8 hours in the night is an ideal time. So this is the second source of energy, which is sleep. Yeah. So if you want to manage your stress, food and sleep are two things you have to take care of a lot, right? And the next two, food and sleep, तो हम फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत ध्यान देते हैं. Hindi is okay, no sir? If I switch in between to Hindi, तो फूड और स्लीप पे तो हम तो भी थोड़ा कभी कभी ध्यान देते हैं, पर ये जो बाकी दो है ना, वो उसके ऊपर तो हम हार्डली कभी ध्यान देते हैं. ब्रीदिंग, how many times have you paid attention to a breath? Maybe koi, it's a train and you have to run and catch, or it's a bus and you're running that it's getting late, then you maybe that is when we realize we are breathing. Till then we don't even realize, right? It's just something which is happening unconsciously. Yeah, but breath is a very, very important source of energy. And let me give an example. Okay, so if there is a heavy weight kept around you, okay, and you need to pick up that heavy weight, before you pick up that weight, what is happening? What will you do with your breath? Tell me. We do this subconsciously only. What do we do before lifting something heavy? Do you breathe in, do you hold, or do you breathe out? What do you do before you lift up something? What do we do? We first breathe in and then we lift it up, isn't it? And then after we put it down, what do we do? Then you breathe out. Now, why did you breathe in before lifting up that object? Why not breathing? You breathe out and you lift that object. Why do we breathe in? Because incoming breath gives us energy. That's it. Yeah, it's something that we don't realize subconsciously. Sorry, consciously, but subconsciously we are already aware that every time we breathe in, there is some energy that comes in the system, and then you can lift up whatever you want. And then when you put that thing down and you breathe out, you relax. So every incoming breath gives us energy. Exactly, instant extra energy to lift. Absolutely. So every incoming breath gives you energy. Every outgoing breath gives us relaxation. Yeah, and that's why breathing is so critical. Now let me just go back. Okay, so we talked about food. Yeah, so let me just compare food and breath. Okay, so how much food do you think we eat in a day? Okay, you can guess, no negative marking. Okay, in kilos you have to guess. एक दिन में कितना किलो खाना खाते हैं हम लोग? चलो guess करके बताओ. How many kilos?
Sir, actually, there is one issue. Some of
Yeah.
the members are attending through mobile. and there is an
Okay.
issue in mobile that they cannot access the chat box.
Oh,
So
no
they are
problem.
unable to message over here. That's why we are getting very slow messages.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
issue. Some people are typing, so I think it's still
yeah.
having the conversation going, so that's okay. 250 grams. No, no, you eat more than 250 grams in a day. 250 grams means you would be malnourished. 800 grams. 1 kg. We eat around 1.5 to 2 kgs of food in a day. Okay. Acha, how much water do we drink in a day? Tell me in terms of liters. How much water do you think we drink every day? Yeah, 2 kg approx, correct. पानी कितना पीते दिन में? How many liters? 3 liters, 4 liters. That's it. No, 3 to 4 liters. Now, let me ask you the third question. How many liters of breath do you think we take in a day? How many liters of breath? You can feel free to guess. Okay, there is no negative marking. Yeah, so you can guess. How many liters of breath do you think we take in a day? 10 liters. Okay, 10 to 20 liters. What else? Any other guesses? No, you can measure. 15 liters, 25 liters, 80 liters. Of course, you can measure, no? You can measure the volume of air which is coming in and coming out, and the number of times you breathe. Scientists can do that, yeah. 2 kgs of air. Okay, liters में बता दो. 150 liters. Okay. So let me tell you how many liters of air we breathe in a day. We breathe in 10,000 liters of air every day. Yeah, 10,000 liters of air, and every incoming breath in that 10,000 liters gives us energy. Every outgoing breath in that 10,000 liters gives you relaxation. Yeah, and yet we don't use our lungs also fully. We breathe up to, you know what, approximately 30% of our lung capacity. Yeah, but by breathing exercises, yeah, so somebody said no about breathing exercises. By breathing exercises we can improve our lung capacity to 60%, 70%. Now there's an interesting part. This incoming breath gives us energy, but the outgoing breath is also equally interesting. Outgoing breath gives us relaxation. See, in fact, all the outgoing processes, right, give a relaxation, isn't it? When you visit the washroom, right, it gives you relaxation. Yeah. If you want to experiment, you hold on. Okay, you want to go to the washroom, but you hold on, hold on, hold on. Uh, you will be like, I can't hold it on any longer. And then when you go to the washroom, what happens? You feel relaxation, right? So every outgoing process relaxes you. And again, and not just even if you see sweat, a lot of people feel very happy after going to the gym. They feel very nice emotions coming up. If you see what's happening, you're eliminating toxins from your system through your sweat. So every outgoing process releases toxins. That is why we feel good after doing it. Yeah. So even if you get the most creative ideas in the washroom often, isn't it? Yeah. So many people say, oh, most creative ideas come in the washroom. Why? Because you're stress free that time. Yeah. When you're sweating, you're releasing stress. Similarly, you're breathing out 10,000 liters. Imagine the amount of stress you're throwing out. 70% of stress in our system gets thrown out through the breath. 70% of toxins. Yeah. That is why it is so important to increase our lung capacity. Yeah. When we increase our lung capacity through different kind of breathing exercises, what it does, it enables us to throw out more toxins. Yeah, and it makes us more relaxed, more happy, more stress free, and it lifts up our energy. Yeah. So that is why when you increase your lung capacity, first your incoming breath is deeper. That gives you energy. Plus your outgoing breath, you throw out a lot of outgoing breath. So it releases a lot more toxins from your system, and that also makes you feel more relaxed. Yeah. That is why it is so critical to work on the breath. We just observe the breath. See how if we observe our breath, right? Every emotion that we are undergoing or we are going through has a corresponding rhythm in the breath. Yeah. Somebody spoke about anger management. They want to talk about anger management. Let's just observe this one thing. When we are angry, yeah, what happens to our breath? Come on, you can type in the chat box. Yeah. Have you observed what happens to the breath when you are feeling angry? It's faster, absolutely, right? Right? So it's faster, it's hotter. If you see that the temperature of the breath also increases. See, let me put you into completely different situation. When you are scared, if you see what happens when you are scared, it just stops and it will come out in installments. Yeah, it's very shallow breathing. Absolutely. Right? Similarly, when we are sad, what happens? Have you seen? The exhalation will be very long because we need more relaxation. So what do? Yeah, when you're sad, you will see the outgoing is breath tends to be very long. But see how do you breathe in when you breathe a rose? Oh, do you do it like this? No. How's the breath? It's long and deep. Yeah. So every emotion has an effect on the breath. But if you see, the beauty of this is that the reverse also works true. If you want to handle the emotions, you can handle it through the breath. If you manage the breath, you can manage your emotions. So let me go back to this situation. Tomorrow you have a very important presentation. Yeah. And you're waiting outside the presentation room and you're feeling nervous. Right? Or let's say your friend has a very important presentation and the friend is feeling very nervous, right? Oh, in 5 minutes I have to go inside. And then you come there and you look at your friend and say, oh, what happened? And the friend is saying, oh, I'm feeling very nervous. I have a very, very important presentation. What is the advice that we give that time? Take a few long and deep breaths, buddy. Isn't it? You take a few deep breaths. It's okay. Chill. Why take a few breaths? You could have told him study more for your presentation, na? No, but what did we say? Take a few breaths. Why? Because somewhere along the line, somewhere subconsciously we know if you change your breath, you can change your emotions. See, there is no other way to handle the mind. No other way. Let's say you've had a fight. Okay? If you had a fight with a friend or you had a fight in the family, right? And then you make this decision that today come whatever I will do is okay. I'm not going to think about this one person. Or you had a fight at office and you've come to home. I don't want to think about this one person. Come what may, कुछ भी हो जाए इसके बारे में तो नहीं सोचेगा. मुझे बताओ फिर उसके बाद सबसे ज्यादा किसके बारे में सोचते हैं? Whom do we think about the most? Isn't it that same person, that same situation? Yeah, this is how it is. Now, the more you try to control your mind, see, often people say, "I want to control my mind." Exactly about him only. Yeah. So, how do you control your mind? How do you handle your mind? People always say, "I want to control my mind. I want to control my thoughts." I tell you, you cannot control your mind. It's impossible. See, the more you try to control your mind, I don't want to think about this guy. I don't want to think about this. I don't want. You will only and only and only think about that person. For some time, you can brush it off. But again, when you are free for 5 minutes, also the same thought will come and grip you. Isn't it? Yes. So the more you try to control it, the more effort you put on the mind, the more it slips away. It's like sand, The more tight you want to grip it, the more it slips away. That's how the mind is. You cannot control the mind through the mind. How much ever you want. See, let me give you an example. Okay. So if all of you are up for it, let's just close our eyes for 30 seconds. We are going to do some nice thought experiment. Okay. So let us close our eyes. And you can think about anything in the world, but don't think about a monkey in a pink frock dancing on a stage. No, 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 don't think. No monkey, no monkey. No monkey in a pink frock. Okay, open your eyes. Tell me, what's the first thought when you say, I don't want to think about a monkey? You've already thought, isn't it? The more you say, no monkey, no monkey, no monkey, that monkey will dance, will do jazz, will do all kinds of contemporary, will do all kinds of dance performance in front of you, isn't it? Yeah, that's the irony. And that's how the mind works. It doesn't work when you force it. It doesn't work when you control it. It doesn't work when you put effort on it. Mind works when it is effortless. See, the body works on effort. If I want to make a good body and I ask you, okay, what all I should do, you will give me all these suggestions. No, go to the gym, do some exercise, some diet. Basically, don't ask this foolish question. You know what is to be done. Just go and put effort. Isn't it? Yeah, so when you want to work on the body, the principle is effort, put effort. But when you work on the mind, effort doesn't work. The only principle is become effortless, become relaxed. See, I know you're all faculty, but let me take you back to your student days, okay? And let me ask you this question: how many of you? I want a yes on the chat box from everybody who has gone through this experience, okay? How many of you it has happened that you have gone in an exam, okay? You've seen the question paper, you've seen a question, and you have had this feeling, I have studied this somewhere, I'm just not able to recollect it right now. How many of us have been through that feeling? You can just write a yes in the chat box. Okay. Those who, for those whose chat is enabled. Yes. I know this. I have read this somewhere. I have read this somewhere. Most of the times, yeah, it happens, isn't it? We've all gone through this as a student. Yeah, it happens to your students also. Interestingly, it happens to every single student sometime in their life. Yeah. Now, what happens in that situation in the exam? Yeah, we start thinking about, oh, what was the answer, what was the answer, अरे क्या था पढ़ा था कहाँ पढ़ा था कौन exam. Most probably most students can't. Yeah, so then when do you actually remember that answer? Come on, tell me. Yeah? Where one or two people might remember it in the exam, but for most of the others, when do we actually remember, oh, this was the answer? I tell you generally for me how it used to happen. The moment I would leave the paper and come out of the exam room, suddenly I would recollect, oh my God, oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, that is the kind of language that would just come out of the mouth, isn't it? After the exam, oh, kya ye bhool gaya main. Okay. So, exactly, when you stop thinking about it, that is when you remember the answer. Yeah. Why? Because you're relaxed that time. The mind works best when it is relaxed. When you put effort, what was the answer? What was the answer? You will not get it. And when you let go of all the effort and you're relaxed, immediately the answer will come to you. The mind works again. Let me repeat this. The mind, somebody said, do we have anything to control it? Don't try to control the mind. We'll just handle the mind through the breath. Okay. So the mind does not work on effort. The body works on effort. The mind works on effortlessness. And how to make the mind effortless? Again, let's go back. For every emotion in the mind, there is a corresponding rhythm in the breath. And if you handle the breath, you can handle the mind. There is no other way. Yeah. So if you really want to handle the mind effectively, or rather, this I think is the best way. The best way to handle it is through our own breath. Yeah. And you've seen all these things that you have said. We want to work on stress management, anger management, this, that. All of those emotions, this stress, this anger, all of those emotions are nothing but emotions in the mind. Right? So basically, when you say I want to do anger management, or I want to do stress management, or I want to do anxiety management, indirectly all you're saying is I want to learn how to manage my mind. That's it. You're just wanting to do mind management. When we say you, these four things will increase the energy, right? It's not just about physical energy. It is the energy at the level of the mind. Yeah? So whether it's physical stress or mental stress or emotional stress, all of it we are talking about. Most of the stresses are actually, except for physical stress, right? Most of the other stresses are at the level of mind. And if we learn how to handle the mind, then we are sorted. That's it. Now, if you look at mind also has a very interesting tendency. It keeps traveling, isn't it? Does your mind stay stable at one place all the time? No, right? It keeps traveling, right? And there are two special destinations. The mind has two favorite destinations. Yeah, like we have so many travel destinations that we want to go to. The mind just has these two destinations where it keeps traveling. Can you tell me what these two destinations are? Come on, let's guess. Satisfaction, past and future. Absolutely correct. These are the two favorite travel destinations of the mind, isn't it? Either the mind travels to the past or it travels to the future. Yeah. And when it travels to the past, again, if you see, what are the emotions that come up? What emotions are associated generally with our past? Yeah, if you say things to do, things not to do, again, they are either related to past or future. Yeah, negative. So I should have done this. Basically, regret, guilt. Yeah. So if you see, when you go to the past, generally it's regret, guilt, anger. All of these emotions come in the past. In the future, what comes? Worries. You don't worry about the past. You worry about what's going to happen now. Yeah. So in the future, what happens? Worry, anxiety, yeah, fear. All these are emotions associated with the past. Yeah, exactly. So the mind is traveling to past, future, and none of these emotions are good. You know, you're not happy with it. So then where should we live? In the past or future? You tell me. Nowhere, right? We have to live in the present. That's it. Yeah. And how to get the mind to the present moment? Again through breath. That's it. If you see how much ever work you have, you say मेरे को सांस लेने का भी फुर्सत नहीं है. But सांस नहीं लेंगे तो चलेगा क्या? No, no. Postpone your breath, prepone your death. Isn't it? Yeah. So whatever you say, how much ever burden you, whatever you have, you will always keep breathing in the present moment only. Yeah. So to get your mind back to the present moment, because present moment is where we feel joy. It's neither in the past nor in the future, right? But if you want to bring your mind to the present moment, again, the best way to do it is breath. Yeah. So this is the third source of energy: food, sleep, breath, and the fourth is a calm, happy, meditative state of mind. Again, when your mind is uplifted, when your mind is high, then you feel good, right? Have you seen this? When you go on a trek, yeah, and it's a difficult trek or what? Let's say some of you are interested in trekking, and if it's a difficult trek, right? And when you're going up the trek, what do you feel? Do you feel charged up, or do you feel I don't want to do? I have so much climbing to do. What do we feel? Energized, isn't it? Yeah, I want to do it. It's a challenge. I feel charged up, isn't it? Yeah. So that means what? When your mind is energetic, when your mind is happy, come on, let's do it. ना तब मजा आता है. But यही आपको बोला, आप घर पे गए, let's say you stay in a 6th 7th floor building, your house is on the 7th floor, and suddenly the electricity goes off and the lift is not working and you have to climb 7 stairs. What do you feel? Oh God. Imagine you've climbed so much more when you were doing your trek. But that time you were like, come on, let's do it. Right? Yeah. It's not just satisfaction after the destination. It's all the whole process of the trek is enjoyable. Yeah, of course, after reaching the destination, you feel happy, but even the process is fun, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, agreed. After the destination, you feel even more energetic, Nilesh. I agree. But on the journey also there is energy, right? But वही 6 floors you have to climb and you're like, what nonsense, yeah. आज ही जाना था लिफ्ट को, मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों होता है, blah 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 blah, right? Yeah. Oof. Absolutely. Yeah. So then what is happening in both these cases? The mind, that's it. The mind is feeling different. When the mind is uplifted, when the mind has energy, that time also you feel happy. When the mind is happy, that time also you feel energetic. So that's the fourth source of energy. Okay. Food, sleep, breath, and a calm, happy, meditative mind. Yeah. So today what we are going to do now in the next 15-20 minutes, if all of you are up for it, only then. Okay. So if all of you are up for it, I'll teach you some interesting breathing exercises and we'll do a little meditation. If you're in, you can write a yes on the chat box. Because theories can be effective only to a certain degree, right? Okay, you know this. Now what to do with this? Yeah, so we are going to work on the practical. Yes. Okay, I've got a few yeses. Others, well, some of you might have this thing, right? That भाई ये तो मेरे बस का नहीं है meditation, ये सब मेरे से नहीं होता है. I have tried this before, all of that. I know. I was in the same journey like you. Initially, I also used to think these things are not for me, but you give it a try, okay? And then we will discuss whether it worked for you, how it worked for you, how it made you feel. How is your mind feeling? Okay. So the only thing is you have to follow my instructions. That's the reason I'm taking a yes from you. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few instructions. We will be doing this a good portion of this with our eyes closed. Okay. 10-15 minutes we will have our eyes closed. Yeah. That's why if everybody is in for it, let's do it. Yeah. Because those who will practice, I'm telling you, after 15 minutes, you will only realize the change in your state of mind. Right. Others will feel कि हाँ somebody else experienced something good, they put it in the chat box, मैंने किया नहीं, right? वो मत करो। अभी अगर मैं आया ही हूँ और कुछ बता रहा हूँ तो आप कर लेना, फिर आप 15 मिनट बाद आप बता देना कि आपको कैसा फील हो रहा है। You can tell it didn't work for me, it worked for me, whatever, how is your mind, yeah, but you do it. If you don't do it, then no point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you one very interesting breathing exercise first. Okay, it's called Bhastrika. Okay, so in spiritual terms or whatever we sorry, in the physical terms we call it spiritual espresso. Okay, now basically it's like coffee. Now when you have coffee, what do you get? You get instant energy, right? But it has a long term negative consequence. Bhastrika doesn't have long term negative consequence, but it lifts your energy up instantly. Yeah, so you have some important presentation to make or something, and or let's say you're feeling very sleepy and you want to like pump up your energy, you can just do a little bit of Bhastrika. It will just pump your energy up. Okay, so it's very simple, and I'll first explain how it is done. You can look at me, and then I'm going to guide you to do it. Okay, again at this time I would request if some of you can switch on your videos, that will be great, because I can see if you're doing it properly, you're not doing it properly, etc. Okay, so how do we do it? First, you have loose fists in front of your shoulders. Okay, so I'll first demonstrate it. It's something like this. Okay, so you have loose fists in front of the shoulders, and elbows are gently touching the body. Okay, and then what's going to happen? You're going to breathe in and breathe out. But when you breathe in, your hands will go up and they will open. Okay, I don't know if you can see it properly. When I breathe in, hands will go up and open, and when I breathe out, they'll come down and close. Breathe in, breathe out. I hope this is clear. It's not complicated at all. When you breathe in, hands go up and open. When you breathe out, they come down and close. The only thing is you do it with a little bit of force. If you have some BP issue or a heart issue, you do it normally. Otherwise, you do it with a pinch of force. Okay, so it's something like this. I'll do it. Okay, clear? Yeah, if it's clear, then we'll practice. So if it's clear, just put yes in the chat box. Okay, so I've got some yeses. So yeah, so let's practice this. Now, very important is now when we are practicing this, just sit in a place where you're a little comfortable. If you want, you can take a back rest. Yeah, just be comfortable and just relax. Okay. So let's just begin. We will do this whole thing with our eyes closed. So this Bhastrika, we will do 3 rounds. Okay, and each round will have around 15 to 20 breaths. So I'm going to guide you through the whole thing. You don't worry. All you need to do is follow my instructions. So sit comfortably, easily. Yeah. Sit with your back rested, and keep your loose fist in front of your shoulders, elbows gently touching the body. Okay. Now take a normal breath in and breathe out. Keep your eyes closed now. Okay. And now with a bit of force, when we breathe in, hands will go up and open. When we breathe out, they will come down and close. Okay. So breathe in, out, 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 with both your hands. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and relax. Keep both your palms on your laps, facing the ceiling. दोनों हाथ गोद में रख दे, खुले हुए आसमान की तरफ. Observe the energy flowing in the body. Now we will do one more round of Bhastrika, second round. Once again, loose fist in front of the shoulders, elbows gently touching the body. First, take a normal breath in and breathe out. And now with a pinch of force, breathe in, out, 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 in and out, and relax. Both the palms on your laps, facing the ceiling. Keep your eyes closed and observe the energy flowing in the body. Get ready for the third and final round of Bastrika. Again, loose fists in front of the shoulders, elbows gently touching the body. Take a normal breath in and breathe out. And again, with a bit of force, breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Eyes are closed. In, out, 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 and relax. Both the palms open, facing the ceiling. Observe the energy flowing in the body. Sit with your eyes closed and now just follow my instructions. Keeping your eyes closed, gently follow the instructions. Take your attention to any sounds coming from your environment. Sound of the fan or sound of AC. Sound of people or any other sound that's coming from your environment. Just become aware of it. Accept all these sounds. You are in total harmony with your environment. Breathe in and breathe out and relax. Let us now become aware of our body. This body is a beautiful gift from nature. Let us honor and respect our body. Let us take our attention to different parts of our body without putting much effort. Become aware of your right leg, your right knee, the right thigh and hip, the entire right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Become aware of your left foot, left knee, left thigh and hip. Breathe in and breathe out. Let us become aware of our genitals, our abdomen and stomach region, navel region. Let us become aware of our chest. Take a long and deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your right shoulder, and your right hand. Become aware of your left shoulder, and your left hand. Become aware of your throat, your face, the head region. Breathe in and breathe out. Become aware of your entire body. Your entire body. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, relax your entire body. Become aware of your thoughts. Just observe the thoughts coming in the mind. Good thoughts or bad thoughts. Whatever thoughts are coming in the mind, just let them be. No need to resist any thought. Just accept all your thoughts. You are in total harmony with all your thoughts. Take a long and deep breath in and let go. Let us become aware of our emotions, our feelings. Pleasant feelings or unpleasant feelings. Whatever the feeling is, just become one with it. You are now one with your feelings. Take a long and deep breath in and breathe out. You are peace. You are joy. You are love. Take a long and deep breath in and breathe out. Once again, become aware of your feelings, if any. Breathe in and breathe out. Once again, become aware of your thoughts, if any. Breathe in and let go. Become aware of your body. Become aware of the environment. Slowly and gradually, whenever you feel complete, you may open your eyes. धीरे से आंखें खोल सकते हैं. How are you feeling now? You can type in the chat box. Okay? I'll wait for your responses. So we just did a small meditation, a guided meditation. So how are you feeling after that? How's the mind? Okay, relaxed. What about others? How's everybody feeling? I'm eager to know. Please type in the chat box. Relaxed. Okay. Relaxed. Okay. Mind is full free now. Full relaxed. Calm and relaxed. See, when we talk of managing stress, clear mind. Very good. Calm. Yeah. See, this is it. See, in this situation, let's go back to our definition. When the demand overtakes our inner capacity. See, when you're feeling peaceful, when you're feeling relaxed, if somebody comes and shouts at you also, no, you will be like, it's okay. The other guy must be stressed. And in some time, things will get solved. But when you're not in this peaceful mind, then when somebody shouts at us, we give two back. And it spoils the relationship. Yeah. So this is it. If you want to really handle your mind, your anxiety, your stress, this is what you need to learn to meditate. And it's not so difficult, is it? Yeah. So even I used to think it's very, very difficult to meditate. But once I learned this Art of Living program, so I did my Art of Living program in 2006. Yeah. And I was just out of my engineering college. I was 21. So I was very lucky. It came in my life very early. And once I learned to meditate, I saw so many changes in my life. So that time I was preparing for CAT. Yeah. And honestly, I was a good student, but I would not say a great student, somebody who will crack IIM. Yeah. But after doing my practice regularly, slowly, I saw my concentration levels peaked. Right. And I was able to choose right questions in the exam. So my clarity of mind increased, my decision making improved. Yeah. In my personal life, my relationships improved. Yeah, right now I'm the go-to person in my family whenever there is some stress. Then when I was in my IIM, right? So at that point in time, if you want to excel, you have to be good at so many things. Yeah. So there I was able to manage everything. I was a ranker. I got into the best placement I could get. At the same time, I was involved in all extracurricular activities. I had a lot of fun, right? And then after, so it helped me multitask. And then after IIM, when I did my job, and then I decided I have to leave this and start something of my own. Everybody out around me thought I've gone crazy. They said you have such a high flying job. Like my job would be like every Monday and Friday I would get flights to the location that I have to go, and there I stay in a 5 star, have a private hotel, sorry, private car of my own, all of that, like all, the most luxurious job you can imagine. And I decided I don't want to do that. I want to be on my own. So everybody thought I'm crazy, but I had a lot of clarity in my head, right? And I decided to leave that, become an entrepreneur, and I'm doing very well for myself. So I think in every different phase of my life, whether it is managing relationships, managing work, managing studies, it's been my go-to thing. Yeah, anything stress comes up, it's a few breaths and it's gone. Yeah, you're not able to take a clear decision, you do a little bit of breathing, the mind relaxes, and then automatically you get the answer. This is what I want to do. Yeah. So mind has become very effective because I've learned how to relax it. Yeah. So it's been the best investment I've done in my life. What I did 14 years ago, that I took out some few days and I did so this is just an introduction. See, in a 1.5 hour session, I can't give you like what needs to be delivered in, let's say, 10 hours. Yeah. So we just give you an introduction of what meditation is, the fact that it's not so difficult to do, and it's very, very effective. Yeah. And it pumps up our energy. It helps us manage stress, and the whole importance of breathing, the whole importance of meditation. Yeah. So if that has sunk into you and you believe that it's important to learn, I would definitely invite you to do some Art of Living program. Yeah. We are in fact planning to organize one for all the FDP members and faculty, right? We are planning that we are going to have one program at the end of the month for those who are interested. Yeah, so it will be an open workshop for but it will only have faculty people, right? So we're having different FDP sessions everywhere. So those who are interested can definitely get in touch with me also for that. I'll just put in my number also in the chat box. So that's my number. Yeah, so in case you are interested, you can directly get in touch with me also. I can help you out. Yeah. And yeah, so I would suggest that, when you want to manage anxiety, stress, all these different emotions that are coming up, I think and email also, somebody said, okay, I will write my email also. Yeah. So when you want to manage all these stresses, right, the answer has to come from inside. You can't change situations, you can't change people, you can't change the demands of the external world. The only thing you can do is learn methods, learn tools, learn practical techniques to pump up your own energy. Yeah. And that is what I learned 14 years back, and it's been the best thing I have learned. So almost after spending 10, 11 years learning and going deeper and stuff, then I decided that I should become an Art of Living teacher, and that's how I started teaching also these programs, right? So I am very well established professionally. I have lot other things to do, but even now, if I get a little bit of time, opportunity to meet interesting people, share about my experience, I just take out some time to do that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. So do take time out and learn. Yeah. And another thing that I want to share with you guys is a small feedback form. So I'm sure the college will have their own feedback form, but we also have our feedback form, so which I need to submit. So so that's another thing I would like to just share with all of you. So sir, if you can just share the feedback form. I think my chat
Yeah,
is again.
yeah. Is your chat enabled?
Let me just check. It just got
Is enable,
disabled.
you just put it over here because some people might not be able to access chat. So I'll put in the WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, I have sent it, but I don't know if it got delivered to everyone or it's got delivered to somebody specific.
When you put in the chat box, yeah, I have received it. I'll just put it in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah. So you can put in my email, my phone number, my the link to the feedback form. So you can also put it on the WhatsApp group. So broadly, I hope that you guys had a good session. You guys got to learn some practical tools about life, and also a little bit of understanding of how the mind operates and how we can pump up our energies to meet any kind of stress that comes in front of us. So yeah, that's from my end. If you have any questions, I can take a couple of questions, and then we can close. If you have
Sure.
anything, just put it in the chat box.
Yeah. Participants, now we know very well, two modes are there, either through chat box or raise your hand. I will unmute you to ask question. Just a minute. One question is there from one of our faculty.
Yes.
Unmute him first. Nilesh, wait. Yeah, now you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, good morning, sir. It was a nice session.
Thank you, Nilesh.
Just a second. Let me. Okay. Yeah. So actually, I have a doubt regarding the time duration between breathe in, hold, and out during the Bhasrika, because now we have followed you. So how much time we should
No, you just breathe in and breathe out. There is no
and out?
hold. There is no hold. You can just breathe in and breathe out. That's it. Yeah. So maybe half a second of hold, really. Nothing, not much of holding. Okay. Is that clear? Nilesh, did you hear me? Could you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah,
I'm audible, no? Yeah. So I'm saying that there is
Yes.
no holding
Yes.
of the breath. You just breathe in and breathe out. So maybe like half a second, and you immediately breathe out. Yeah. So you don't need to hold your breath in between. And this you can practice like 2 times in a day, right? 20 ka 3 sets. 20 breaths, then you relax, observe yourself, then 20 breaths you relax, and 20 breaths you relax. So this you can practice twice in a day, maybe in the morning and then in the evening, and do it on an empty stomach. Okay. So these are the things that you have to take care while doing Bhastrika.
Yeah, another hand raised is ID number 182. Participant 182, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, very good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Sir, my name is Praveen from Karnataka.
Yes, Praveen, tell me.
Sir, whatever a question wants to ask, the answer is given by you only, sir. Just empty stomach I want to ask. Is there any restriction to do before food or sir? What I wanted to ask?
Do it on an empty stomach, Bhastrika, because you are doing a little bit of forceful breathing. So do it on an empty stomach.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. If somebody has BP or a heart problem, then you don't do so forcefully. Do very lightly. But otherwise, you can do it. If you don't have any such health issue, do it with a bit of force. Okay. Yes.
Anika Jadi, you can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, he's unable to unmute.
Okay.
I would request Mr. Prasad Joshi, who was continuously on with his video, if he wants to speak something, I will unmute him.
Sure.
Actively like participating throughout your session.
Sure. Please.
Participant number, I think he's 93. Yeah, Prasad.
Yes, namaste.
Namaste.
So myself Prasad, I am from Nasik and I am already volunteer of Art of Living. And Shreyans sir has already taught me many sessions in a VTP which I took I think in last year. So I am grateful to Siddiqui sir and Shreyans sir for getting me back to this what I am originally want to do always. So thank you very much. Session was really very nice. Along with all the knowledge points. the Bastrika, and of course meditation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prasad. कैसा है? All well?
मस्त मस्त मजे में हूँ.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Prasad. Because from the answers, I could make out that you are knowing lots of things which we were missing out. And the way you responded, it was very nice. Because yes, these sessions are for lively interactions rather than sitting quietly. And missing out such an important person who is like with us, and we don't make good use of him. Rather, I would say. So thank you very much, Prasad.
So it's my pleasure, and actually, I request. Actually, I'm trying to get this done in my institute also. This should be made compulsory from AICT. Meditation, yoga, pranayam. What people think is इसकी हमें क्या ज़रूरत है? But actually, it's your nature. So I think AICT should take strong decisions and actions, and they should implement all these lectures and sessions, meditation and Sudarshan Kriya for every single student and faculty.
That's true. That's true. Some part of it has been implemented in engineering technical institutions in the start part of like in the first semester. We are doing it, but we'll be looking forward for more such things. Anita ma'am, you can unmute yourself. I have made you presenter.
Thank you, sir. I think previously also you had done, but I was not able to do it properly. Hello, sir. This is Anita.
Hello.
From the Father Agnel College. Sir, a very good session. I just wanted to ask. I just heard your journey that you completed education and then you left a job in between. So, sir, how do you reach to such a conclusion and have a peace of mind? Like, we also think many times that we should leave a job and we might get a peace of mind. But then when we sit and calculate, okay, our daughter's future is there, our own expenses. I mean, I don't know whether really wanted to ask, you have a peace of mind and then you have a financial stability also, or we all have to always compromise?
Okay. So I think
I hope
personally,
it's not very difficult question, sir.
no, it's not. It's not. It's part of my living experience, right? So I think peace of mind. Firstly, our peace of mind is not totally dependent on the job. Okay, if our peace of mind is dependent on the job, meaning the job is becoming, the demand is increasing, and our ability to meet that demand is not there. The job stress is not there, right? So my happiness is not dependent on whether I'm doing a job or not, right? But our responsibilities, I know what my responsibilities are. So it's not that I leave my job and I throw my responsibilities in the dustbin and do whatever I want to. That's not how it can work, right? So first is I know, okay, this is my responsibility. Okay, for this responsibility, this is the amount of money I need to earn. Yeah. So the financial responsibility is very, very important. And now then the question is, okay, if I want to earn this, whatever, this XYZ amount of money and manage my responsibilities and yet have my own time and have freedom and decide what I want to do, then what is the right thing for me to do, right? And then we figure out, okay, what is our niche and how can we go about doing it. So for this whole thing, I think what is very, very important is, one is mental clarity, right? That this is something, so like for example, I love teaching, so I was very clear that I will be able to do it. So एक तो वो confidence चाहिए, थोड़ा सा faith भी चाहिए कि भाई हो जाएगा, right? And at the same time clarity. So when we meditate regularly, because I took this call after like 2006, I told you, right? I started doing Art of Living. This call of leaving the job was 2012. So it was almost 6 years of meditation I was anyways doing. So I had a lot of clarity in my mind कि मेरे को क्या करना है मेरी लाइफ में, राइट? तो आई वाज वेरी क्लियर कि ये जॉब नहीं करूंगा मैं, और ये कॉन्फिडेंस भी था कि भाई कुछ और करूंगा तो उसको मैं मैनेज कर लूंगा. तो मैंने साथ में प्लान भी किया कि मेरी इतनी जिम्मेदारी है, मुझे इतना फाइनेंसेस मीट करना है, तो उसको मैं कम समय में एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बन के कैसे कर सकता हूँ, राइट? So then I figured out a plan, and then I made a plan and I executed a plan. So ऐसा नहीं था कि it was just abrupt and सब सारी जिम्मेदारियां छोड़ दी और सिर्फ अब जॉब छोड़ूंगा तो खुश हो जाऊंगा इसके लिए जॉब छोड़ दिया. ऐसा नहीं था. जिम्मेदारी भी निभानी थी और साथ में फिर ये भी था कि there is this part of me which wants to do good for society. So I wanted to meet my financial responsibilities as well as teach Art of Living, teach meditation, give back to society. So I said it's not possible in the current framework of my job. So my decision came out of more a sense of responsibility rather than a sense of happiness कि मुझे जॉब छोड़ूंगा तो ही हैप्पी हो सकता हूँ. ऐसा नहीं है. आप जॉब में रहते हुए भी हैप्पी हो सकते हो. पर वो कैसे हो सकते हो? तभी जब हम हमारे मन को हैप्पी रखना सिखाएं. We have to train our mind to be happy. We have to train our mind to be relaxed. Because for far too long, our mind has been constantly driven by the world outside. बाहर के सिचुएशंस, बाहर के लोग, वही हमारे मन को इधर ना इधर खींच के लेके जाते हैं. हम कितना भी हैप्पी रहने की कोशिश करें, किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया, किसी ने एक खराब कमेंट पास कर दिया और मन फिर अरे यार इसने ऐसा क्यों बोला, फिर पूरे दिन उसके ऊपर सोचते रहेगा. तो हमको वो ट्रेन करना है खुद के माइंड को कि बाहर कुछ भी हो, हम खुद के मन को कैसे स्ट्रांग रख सकते हैं. Then happiness will not be dependent on the job, right? And then you will decide based on what is right for you in the longer run. Yeah. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to set up something of your own, you can definitely do it. बस वो थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस, क्लैरिटी और एक प्लान चाहिए साथ में कि हाँ ऐसे ऐसे करूंगा, करूंगी तो मैं कर सकती हूँ. So I meet my financial responsibilities. I have a family. I have a small daughter also. So अपने घर की जिम्मेदारी, परिवार की जिम्मेदारी, पैसों की जिम्मेदारी सारी निभाते हुए साथ में समाज के लिए कुछ करने का है. वरना क्या पॉइंट है? People, if you cannot fulfill your responsibilities, how will you be an example for others? I hope that answers.
Thank you so much, sir. I should say you are a very lucky man then, because you have all the things what you wanted. We just hope we'll also reach someday that stage. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Definitely, if you do your, I can assure you that if you meditate on a regular basis and you learn to handle the mind, everything else falls in place. You know, there is this whole thing people say law of attraction, right? वो law of attraction ऐसे नहीं होता है. जब हमारा मन शांत होता है, relaxed होता है, then whatever you want, no, it will come to you more easily, right? People say luck. So luck also comes to somebody who has a stable mind. Yeah. So I'm sure आप अपने मन को संभालोगे and you learn more meditation, I'm sure things will come. I'm very sure.
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Anybody else? हमें सिर्फ ये ध्यान रखना है कि हमारी नाव को समंदर के मझधार में स्टेबल रखना है, समंदर से भागना नहीं है. आई होप.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Agreed, sir. Agreed.
Anybody would like to ask a question, or I'll just I'll check. Yeah. So shall I take it that no further questions are there, and I will conclude this session? Okay. Thank you very much, Shreyans sir, for being part over here. It was indeed our privilege. And such some simple things we got from you today, from the today's session. हम अक्सर बोलते हैं आप पार्ट ऑफ कैंपेन्स भी रहे हैं बहुत से, रोटी कपड़ा और मकान, लेकिन आज हमने देखा कि एयर, वाटर और स्लीप, दिस प्लेज एन इम्पोर्टेंट रोल इन द वेलबींग ऑफ अस. अदर ये रोटी कपड़ा और मकान तो मटीरियलिस्टिक है, लेकिन हमको हमारे सोल को अगर इफ वी हैव टू कीप मोर हेल्दी, मोर काम, then it is air, water and sleep that are more important, and they have to be taken. We realize the importance of breath, and yes, definitely no monkey. So yes, we have to take care of that. We have to be like not to be in the past, not to be in the future, but not to focus also. I have to be in the present. I have to be in the present. It's like no monkey situation. So thank you very much for making us realize that. And it was very wonderful. The time mostly it happens ke 1.5 hour session yaar kab khatam hoga, to be very frank, to be very honest, but no, not for everybody, but for maybe some people. So लेकिन अभी ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये सेशन चलता रहे, and we were looking forward to many such things, but suddenly I saw the time over here and it was 11:30 and you said okay, I'm stopping. So I realized, oh, 1.5 hour have passed. So it was very wonderful experience with you. Looking forward for more further future sessions from your side and interacting with you in the future also. And I hope, sir, you will respond positively to us and interact with us. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, your voice is not there. Some connectivity issue. Yeah, I think because of some connectivity issue, we have lost the connection of Mr. Shreyans. But anyway, thanks a lot. And yeah. Now we can hear you. Now we can see your video. You got disconnected. Sir, please unmute yourself. It is muted. Mic is muted.
I don't know what happened. The internet was working, but Teams का disconnect हो गया कुछ तो technical issue.
Sir, ये online का part of process है. We have got used to it now.
I know.
Okay.
You can't
So
change
anyway,
the situation outside anyway.
Yeah. So we have to remain calm. We have to remain calm and composed during these situations also. So
True.
thank you very much, sir. So with your permission, I'll conclude this session.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for calling me.
Welcome, sir. Just a message for the participants. Link for this session, which has been posted by Shreyans sir on this Teams chat, I have posted on WhatsApp group. I think Girish sir has posted on WhatsApp group. Just fill up that link, feedback, and after that we will be posting our feedback. That is a formal process for this FDP. So kindly fill up that link. We will be meeting at 12 o'clock for the next session. Thank you all very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Girish, post karo re.